A modern traveler steps off a dusty ferry under the serene twilight, their eyes reflecting the deep azure glow of Naxos as it welcomes them into its timeless embrace. Drawn by the whispered legends of ancient gods, elusive ghosts, and sunsets that seem to linger long after the day has died, they carry a yearning to reconnect with a part of themselves lost in the tides of time. For them, and for many before, kings, crusaders, and star-crossed lovers, Naxos is not merely an island, but a bridge between the eternal and the ephemeral, where myth and memory entwine like the gentle winds rustling through olive trees, accompanied by the soft lull of distant waves and a slow, rising orchestral string. Under the fading light of day, the modern traveler finds themselves enveloped in the mystique of Naxos, where every stone and breeze tells a story of gods, ghosts, and relics of passion past. They seek peace and a profound connection, a forgotten piece of their soul that echoes with the memories of ancient kings, brave crusaders, and timeless lovers whose stories still whisper among the ruins. Naxos stands as a living tapestry of light and shadow, bridging worlds where the eternal touches the ephemeral. Its very essence brought to life by the gentle wind through the ancient olive groves, the soothing murmur of the waves, and the evocative swell of orchestral strings. At the threshold of dusk, a solitary modern traveler arrives on the storied shores of Naxos, drawn irresistibly by the promises of whispering gods, roaming ghosts, and sunsets that defy time. They come in search of solace and connection, perhaps even a fragment of a forgotten self, mirroring the journeys of legendary kings, gallant crusaders, and impassioned lovers who once graced these lands. Here, Naxos reveals itself as more than an island. It is a portal where the eternal meets the transient, a realm of myth and memory, softly illuminated by winds caressing the olive trees, the rhythmic cadence of distant waves, and the rising harmony of orchestral strings. As daylight yields to dusk, Naxos transforms into a realm of mystique, bathed in a rare and enchanting blue, the magic hour when the island seems to hold its breath. The sky shifts into deep hues of indigo and sapphire, inviting quiet reflection and stirring ancient memories. In these moments, time appears to pause as shadows lengthen and the island's spirit awakens with whispered legends of bygone eras. The camera gracefully pans across the renowned Plaka beach, capturing the dynamic energy of surfers gracefully carving through the aquamarine waves. Each ripple in the water sparkles under the fading light, as if echoing the heartbeat of the island itself. The rhythmic flow of the sea mirrors the eternal pulse of Naxos, where nature and myth converge in a dazzling display of movement and light. Shifting upward, the lens tilts to reveal the ancient ruins of the Portara, bathed in the subtle glow of twilight. The weathered stones tell silent tales of millennia past, their contours softened by the lingering warmth of the departing sun. Against the dramatic canvas of the blue hour, these ruins become more than remnants. They are portals to a time when gods and mortals shared the same celestial stage. This is the blue hour of Naxos, when the gods might still whisper, when shadows stretch long, and the veil between past and present grows thin, intones the evocative narrative style. The poetic cadence of these words seems to awaken the very essence of the island, infusing each stone and ripple with divine purpose. Listeners find themselves suspended between the tangible reality of ancient ruins and the ethereal echo of myth, where every gentle breeze carries secrets of the divine. Beneath the luminous sky, the rich tapestry of history unfolds, harking back to the Bronze Age when the Cycladic culture flourished and revered the divine. The island's famed emery mines, gifts of shimmering black rock, serve as silent testimony to the natural forces that once molded worlds and destinies alike. In this moment, as the magic hour casts its enchanted veil, the ancient heritage of Naxos speaks through every detail, inviting the traveler to uncover mysteries that have endured through the ages. The traveler wanders into Kora, where narrow cobblestone streets and whitewashed houses glow under the soft light of dusk. Every corner seems to whisper secrets of long-forgotten lovers and ancient gods, enticing the traveler to search for a trace of myth. In this vibrant town, the quest for the truth behind Ariadne's heartbreak begins, inviting the curious spirit to delve deeper into Naxos's soulful past. Leaving the bustling heart of Kora behind, the traveler makes their way to Aparanthos, a mountain village famed for its rugged stone architecture and quiet resilience. With each step along the steep trails, the landscape echoes the enduring pulse of ancient civilizations and mystical lore. The blend of nature and history creates an ambience where every breeze carries hints of divine secrets waiting to be unveiled. The journey continues as the traveler ascends Mount Zaz, the very mountain steeped in myth and legend, where young Zeus was said to be nurtured. The winding paths offer breathtaking vistas of the island and invite quiet reflection on the intersection of mortal struggles and divine presence. With each upward stride, There is an increasing sense that the mysteries of Ariadne's fate might be hidden amidst the craggy terrain and the sacred energy of this historic peak. In the solitude of these ancient settings, the traveler becomes absorbed by the vibrant whispers of myth that linger in the air. There is a persistent echo. Some say Dionysus found Ariadne here and lifted her to the stars. Others say she leapt into the sea. These murmurs, overlapping and mysterious, transform the surroundings into a living narrative where Greek myths are no longer just stories but palpable, breathing entities. As the traveler listens intently, the gentle strum of a lyre weaves through the ambient soundscape, accompanied by the soft, distant laughter of a mysterious woman carried on the wind. These ethereal sounds amplify the sense of entering a realm where time blurs and the boundaries between legend and reality dissolve. Each musical note and every echo of laughter whispers layers of sorrow and celebration intertwined within the fabric of Naxos. Every footstep on the hallowed ground brings the traveler closer to the living essence of ancient lore, where the island itself seems to breathe the legacy of its mythic past. The air is charged with the energy of both heartbreak and hope, creating a dynamic interplay between the ephemeral present and the eternal past. Here, in the heart of Naxos, Ariadne's legendary tale of love and loss transcends mere myth, becoming a force that shapes the very soul of the land. In a small, sunlit village square, the traveler encounters an old Naxian beekeeper whose eyes sparkle with the wisdom of many seasons and stories. The keeper passionately describes Ariadne's honey, a rich, aromatic elixir infused with time nectar and the bittersweet memories of a fabled love lost to time. Through this intimate encounter, the traveler senses how deeply the essence of myth is interwoven with the island's natural bounty, bringing to life a legend that nourishes both the body and the spirit. Deep inside Mount Zaz, beneath the whispering boughs and rocky paths, the traveler discovers the entrance to the fabled cave of Zeus. The cool breath of the earth greets them, a silent reminder that the secrets of millennia lie beyond the threshold. In this hushed cavern, the air is thick with anticipation, as if the very walls are guarding the divine legacies of forgotten kings. Upon entering the cave, the traveler is enveloped by an otherworldly ambience where the low, distant echo of thunder reverberates through the ancient stone. The sound, both ominous and reverent, hints at the celestial origins of the cave and the gods who once called it home. Each tremor in the dark corridor feels like a heartbeat of the mythic past, drawing the traveler further into a realm where legend and history intertwine. The Cave of Zeus reveals itself as a mythic cradle, a sacred space where legends are born and kings were nurtured. Here, the traveler senses the divine presence that once echoed through these chambers, a presence that whispered tales of glory, heartbreak, and eternal struggle. The darkness within the cave seems to absorb the light of modernity, allowing the ancient voices of Olympus to resound in every droplet of silence. As the traveler explores deeper, the walls themselves begin to narrate the island's storied past, a time when Naxos stood as a commercial titan of the Cyclades. Within these cool, shadowed corridors, historical echoes reveal a land that thrived on trade and cultural exchange, its value measured in both natural resources and raw ambition. The cave stands as a silent witness to an era when commerce and mythology converged, shaping destinies beneath the gaze of forgotten gods. The cave's ancient stones hold the scars of history, memories of Persian invasions and the relentless hand of Athenian domination. The traveler imagines armies clashing on the rugged terrain, as fierce ambitions collided with enduring legends amid the subterranean darkness. Here, every drip of water and every echoed step reawakens the tension of a time when empires battled, and Naxos itself became a chessboard for powerful adversaries. In the quiet depths of the cavern, the tale takes an unexpected turn as the traveler contemplates the era when Venetian dukes ruled the island, erecting castles with stones not native to Greek soil. The foreign grandeur of these structures contrasts with the native spirit of Naxos, a juxtaposition that speaks to the layered history of conquest and cultural imposition. Amid the cool shadows, the traveler reflects on the poignant reminder that even mighty gods, like Zeus who was raised here, cannot prevent the fall of empires. Standing in the heart of the cave, the traveler is struck by the timeless truth encapsulated in the refrain. Zeus was raised here. And yet even gods cannot keep their kingdoms from falling. The narrative of divine nurture and mortal ambition interweaves in this forgotten sanctuary, evoking both awe and melancholy. As the distant thunder fades into silence, the cave becomes a profound testament to the eternal cycle of rise and decay, a sacred reminder that all power, divine or mortal, is transient. As storm clouds gather over Naxos, the traveler embarks on the challenging ascent up to the Castro fortress in Cora, their heart racing in anticipation and dread. The rough, time-worn stairs seem to echo with the footsteps of those who ascended before, each step filled with both hope and unease. Dusk gives way to an ominous twilight, setting the stage for a confrontation between the lingering past and the present's brewing storm. At the summit of the fortress, dark clouds swirl overhead as the wind picks up, carrying with it the scent of rain and ancient tales. The fortress walls, scarred by centuries, are illuminated sporadically by fleeting flashes of lightning, revealing cracks that tell stories of conquest and loss. The dramatic interplay of light and shadow over the rugged stone foreshadows the arrival of spirits from long-forgotten eras. In the charged atmosphere of the fortress, the traveler is suddenly overwhelmed by vivid visions of crusaders marching in battle, pirates plotting under the cloak of night, and exiled popes seeking refuge within these very walls. These apparitions are not mere images, but living echoes that cause the stones to reverberate with the weight of historical trauma. The spectral parade blurs the boundary between memory and myth, compelling the traveler to confront the harsh realities of the island's tumultuous past. As the visions recede, the traveler is left with the heavy knowledge of Naxos's turbulent history, marked by relentless Turkish raids that decimated communities and scarred the landscape. The island's soil, bathed alternately in sunlight and sorrow, bears witness to the depopulation of the 14th century, a time when countless families were torn apart. Each gust of wind through the fortress stirs the dust of ancient battlegrounds, carrying whispers of loss and valor that long since faded into silence. Amidst the haunting shadows, the traveler reflects upon the sorrowful legacy of the women who, with unwavering hope, waited endlessly for husbands who never returned from the brutal conflicts. Their despair has become entwined with the very fabric of the island, a perpetual reminder of love lost amidst chaos and conquest. This poignant memory infuses the fortress with a melancholic ambience, where every stone seems to mourn the absence of familiar voices and warm embraces. Encircled by storm and anguish, the fortress stands as a somber monument to the past, a Venetian shroud that once veiled the island with foreign architecture and faded glory. The traveler senses that the influence of the Venetian dukes, intertwined with the tragedies of Turkish assaults, has rendered the island a canvas painted with both resilience and grief. In this charged moment, ancient inscriptions on weathered walls echo a refrain: "Even the gods went silent." And yet, the island endured, conveying a powerful testament to survival against all odds. As the storm rages, rising strings swell in a dramatic cadence while silence intermittently falls, broken only by the relentless crashing of waves far below. The fortress, imbued with both the fury of ancient battles and the gentleness of remembered sorrow, stands as a resilient testament to human endurance. In this climactic moment, the traveler feels both the profound weight of history and the stirring promise of redemption, a symphony of resolve that heralds the eternal spirit of Naxos. At sunrise, the traveler finds themselves standing before the iconic Portara, its ancient stone archway glowing under a wash of golden light. The early rays of the sun cast long, comforting shadows that blend with the remnants of the night, merging history with the promise of a new day. In that tranquil moment, the traveler senses that the past and present are united by the timeless majesty of Naxos. Bathed in the soft radiant light of dawn, the traveler reflects on the journey that has led them back to this sacred island. The Portara becomes a silent witness to their personal transformation and the enduring legacy of Naxos. Every beam of sunlight seems to echo with the forgotten whispers of the gods, reaffirming the island's eternal presence. The traveler steps into a small village tavern, where the aroma of freshly prepared delicacies and the warmth of local hospitality fill the air. They raise a glass of Kitron, a citrus-infused spirit, and savor its unique flavor as it mingles with the chill of the early morning. The simple act of toasting and sharing smiles with the locals becomes a ritualistic celebration of life and memory in this enchanting land. In that cozy tavern, the traveler indulges in the rich taste of Arseniko Naxos cheese, its robust flavor speaking of sun-soaked fields and ancient culinary traditions. Each bite transports them further into the heart of the island's culture, where every ingredient tells its own story. The combination of taste and tradition leaves them with a deep sense of connection to the island's past and its present vibrancy. A local violinist takes to a modest stage within the tavern, playing a melody that seems older than any map of the world. The haunting tune flows through the air, weaving stories of love, loss, and eternal hope that resonate with everyone present. This live performance becomes a moving reminder that on Naxos, music is a timeless thread that binds generations together. As the morning unfolds, the traveler drifts back outside and stands in quiet contemplation before the Portara. They are immersed in the natural harmony of the island, where every grain of emery, every crashing wave, and every weathered stone carries a whisper of something sacred. In this reflective silence, the traveler understands that Naxos is more than a destination. It is a living legend, a sanctuary where myths are not merely remembered but actively lived. With a gentle reverb of a Naxian folk song blending seamlessly with the sound of distant waves and the faint murmur of laughter, the island's spirit feels palpable all around. The traveler listens to these soft, enduring notes, feeling the lasting impact of every experience and every story encountered along the way. In that final reverent moment, they embrace the realization that Naxos, with its eternal allure and unyielding spirit, will forever be a beacon of myth, memory, and sacred beauty. As the credits roll, wander off to the enchanting island of Delos, a sacred cradle in Cycladic mythology where Apollo and Artemis were born under divine auspices. When visiting, be sure to explore the archaeological ruins that echo with the whispers of ancient rituals and discover hidden sanctuaries that reveal the island's mystical past. For travelers, a tip is to arrive early to beat the crowds and immerse yourself in the serene ambience of this UNESCO World Heritage Site, while local legends invite you to trace the steps of gods and heroes whose stories are still etched in the stone. Next in our cinematic journey is the resplendent island of Santorini, renowned for its dramatic caldera views and sunsets that paint the sky in hues of fire and romance. Local lore tells of ancient cataclysms and the mythic fall of Atlantis, with the island itself serving as a living reminder of nature's formidable power and beauty. For the intrepid traveler, tips include savoring the local cuisine in cliffside taverns, taking a boat tour around the caldera, and visiting the ancient ruins of Akrotiri to uncover a narrative where myth meets geological marvel. Concluding the credits, Paros emerges with its tranquil coves and storied legacy, famed for its exquisite marble and artistic heritage that has inspired countless sculptors and legends. Discover mythical tales of love and beauty woven into the ancient quarries, and listen to the local elders recount stories of the island's past as a beacon of creative expression. Travel tips for Paros include cycling through its picturesque villages, sampling local wines, and exploring secluded beaches that offer a reflective escape, all while the enchanting myths of the Cyclades beckon you to continue the adventure in this timeless archipelago.